be able to finish it before the time right now?
I was certainly hoping. I didn't actually know how much time was left. I just know that I kept seeing an opportunity. I'd get so close where I knew I'd clipped her, where I felt like I had the Ultra Kimura, but she tucked her hand a little bit tight. Almost was able to transition to a triangle. And I just kept feeling like these opportunities kept presenting themselves, and I just kept falling short this little bit of time. So I honestly didn't know. Initially, before she stood up, I felt like when she brought her hand under, that she actually tapped, but I wasn't sure if it was her trying to grab her own arm or an actual tap. And I knew the ref didn't pull me off, so I was like, whatever I have to do, I got to get this arm. I got to take it home with me, and that's all I know.
In terms of the whole fight, back and forth, she obviously had some moments on the mat. You were doing work. Were you feeling pretty confident as that third round was winding down in terms of potentially winning a decision?
Not at all, never. I mean, I've lost so many decisions where on the points card, I won every element of the fight and yet still went to the other opponent. So no way was I walking out of there thinking that I won it. I just knew that I had to finish that fight. And even just for my advancement, I knew how important it was to secure a win and to secure an actual finish.
And then of course, obviously with the finish, you're making sure you're locked in for your first playoffs, turning it around in August. Just what are your thoughts and feelings as you potentially think about that?
Yeah, I've got stuff I need to work on, but I'm excited for a new opponent, a new location, and just to be able to continue with this organization.
Good as ever, some of the best. We've had some great performances over the years. I wonder what performance like this, a fight like this, where it does come down to those last 10 seconds, what do you as a martial artist bring from that at this point in your career, where you've probably been through a lot of those kind of type fights?
Yeah, that I always find a way. So often, like she came out and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting her to shoot. I expected her to like immediately clinch, and I thought for sure that's what she's going for, which is why she's running out right side lead. But the shot was not what I expected. So I was definitely down there like, well, we weren't really working on this, and I'm spending way too much time thinking about like, wow, this is not where we're supposed to be. And I'm like, hey, you got to get your head back in this. You got to do this. You came here to finish this fight and to advance in the playoffs the right way. Let's do this. We're not just going to be an alternate fight. We're going there to get this belt. So come out and find a way to finish it.
And then just one more from me, kind of branching. You said it yourself. There were some things that you didn't expect in there. Was that, can you kind of expand on that a little bit? Was it just in the grappling department, or did she show anything on the feet that you were like, oh my God, this is something else that I was expecting entirely?
No, I definitely thought she was going to engage at least a little bit striking-wise. I didn't expect her just to come out just shooting right away. That was a huge surprise. I knew that on top she felt really comfortable, but even then, she typically just tries to hold a position, not even strike. So there's definitely surprises with her striking on top, as well as just shooting and doing wrestling more than judo.
Awesome. Then just one more. Again, I said you've had a very historic career. Looking back, right, getting to this point, fighting in the East Arena, is there anything you look back on that you want to kind of like reminisce on in terms of just the journey to get to this point?
Just the memories I make with all my friends. The great thing is that I get to be with friends, and that's what I'm doing for a living, is I punch my friends in the face. We get to laugh it off as we almost break each other's limbs and choke each other unconscious. I want to appreciate those moments, especially because every fight camp I do, I'm away from my 8-year-old son and I'm away from my wife. She's essentially a single mom. So I have to enjoy and appreciate those moments because I'm sacrificing the time with my family and those memories. So I just want to enjoy every experience I have and every fight and opportunity that I'm healthy and able to do this.
Liz, so I got to ask, how close were you to tapping?
Oh, I wasn't going to tap. I was going to go to sleep, if anything. I was not about to tap. But I know that, I know how I'm able to weasel when it comes to head and arms. So I felt confident, but she definitely felt really strong in my ability to defend it. I was like, oh, my usual techniques aren't working. So that was certainly a surprise, but I knew that, I can sit in this thing for a minute, and I know I have less than a minute left. So if I go to sleep, she got me, but I'm not tapping to her. It's not going to happen.
And one last one for me. At this point, is giving up the Bellator belt something that's on your mind?
That's a discussion I have to have with Bellator. Right now, my focus is just the PFL belt, getting to that final season, and getting that $1 million check.
Liz, so it has been since confirmed that you were down 2-0 on all 3 scorecards going into that third round.
I'm not surprised.
How does it feel to know that now you got that third round submission in the second round?
I would have been a lot happier than the first or the second, getting the most points you possibly can. I'm glad that I was able to stick to my wits and do everything possible to at least get that win. But I knew that when it comes to decisions, never leave it to the judges. It doesn't matter what you think and what you do, somebody sees it differently, and that's just how it is.
So you talked about Kana improving her grappling tremendously after the first fight.
Yeah.
You saw that in this fight tonight. She took you down, she had some time on top, had you in the submission. How was it to actually be in there and experience her new level of grappling?
It was phenomenal. She did so good. I really had to grit through and push through it because she surprised me at so many different elements, even when I knew that I rocked her and that she wasn't willing to back down and she was still taking those strikes. In the past, I know that's when I finished her, and she still found a way. That's a huge improvement from everything that I've seen her do.
And last one for me. What did you say to Kana after the fight?
I said a few different things. I thanked her so much. I said how difficult and how strong of an opponent she was and how well she's done. And then I just told her to keep her head up, that she's a phenomenal opponent. And I'm so grateful to share the experience with her.
Liz, congratulations on another victory.
Thank you.
So the thing that surprised me, you're the reigning Bellator champion, but there's another fighter that's getting a lot of attention, Dakota Chiva. She's in the co-main event here now. Are you surprised by that? That she had a higher booking than you?
No, not at all. She's like, if we had both come over for Bellator and she was the Bellator European champion, I was the American champion, yeah, that'd be a little bit different. I'm like, all right, something's going on here. But it's not. She was the one that had kept the reins with PFL and was able to bring fan base over. So I totally understand why she's the person. She's our European champion, now going for the inaugural full championship. So I totally she deserves where she's at right now. So I have, and honestly, it means that maybe I get to go sneak in a meal when I don't have to wait until the event's done and I know that everything's closed. So I'm not upset about that.
You're at this point in your career, which safe feels look back at your career, and you've done a lot of things. I mean, I was just looking at you fought for the Strikeforce title, fought for the UFC title, won the Bellator title, defended it. Now you got a chance to win the PFL. I mean, you put that all together. Where do you think you rank all the time? We talk about these fighters, Amanda Nunes, Rouse Willis. Where do you rank all the time? Or where should you be ranked? Like, when we talk about the greatest female fighters, where should we put you?
That's a good question. Until I can show off everything, like I want a clean KO, and I want to get that clean KO, know that I have that, and that to me kind of proves it. Getting this PFL belt, I think, will really put my name in a lot of people's mouths as far as being one of the best out there, and without doubt for anybody.
So that, we don't know exactly what the playoffs are right now, but some of the people we know are in. Cody's in, you're in, Taya's in. Those are two big names. Do you have a preference or who you get matched with, or?
Not at all. I just want to go for the belt. I don't care who it is at this point. I just want to know that I'm the one that's in the playoffs. I'm the one that has my arm up at the end, holding that belt around my waist. Thank you.
Liz, I have to expect that even though you're not number one in the standings going into the playoffs, because of the name and because of the history of your resume, you have to be one of the favorites, if not the favorite. What does it mean for you, other than like the legacy, if you can win this inaugural PFL championship? Do you think that like this just opens up doors to work for your career even at your age?
Yeah, I really hope that it does. I've done so many sacrificing. I've been away from my family since February and anticipating going until the end of November. So I have to do everything I can to be able to make them proud and to earn whatever I can to help support that family and take care of them. So I really need to bring this belt home, and PFL, I love the format of what they have, and I love everything they're standing for. And I can't think of a better person to be able to represent and be the champion for this organization. Thank you.
What are some of the things you're going to do as you head into that third and final round?
They said I had to go out there and I had to do it. That, like, hey, know that you're losing, go out there, finish her, keep it striking, don't clench with her, keep it at distance because she doesn't want to be close to you at all. She wants to be close to you. She doesn't want to strike. Be clean, be a striker, don't engage with her because she's just going to hold you down.
And I know you don't have a preference for who you fight next, but can you speak to the level of competition that comes into these girls? You got Tyler Santos, Dakota Chiva, and another girl going to be in that playoffs with you.
Yeah, they're great girls. I mean, I was backstage being able to watch, and I was super impressed with everybody's performance. And honestly, just seeing what PFL is doing, I just know that they're going to put out great women to be able to represent what the sport is and continue to grow even past the days when I'm here. And I think that people should be on the lookout because PFL is a great organization to be a part of.
You were 7-0 on Bellator, 2-0 on PFL. You spoke on media today about how dominant you've been in some of these victories, whether they go to decision or not. This was a grittier performance. This is a different type of win for you. Do all wins feel the same, or does this win feel a little bit different than those two?
No, all wins feel different. For one, for the opponent, because like I like Kana as a person. I respect her as a martial artist, and having the background where she's from mainland Japan, I grew up in Okinawa, Japan. There's just a lot of connection there. So definitely not the person's arm that I want to break, but at the end of the day, I've got to get that win, and that's the most important thing for me.
Are you coming for $1 million?
I'm coming for that $1 million. Thank you.
I'll ask the last question for you. So you spoke obviously all through the week about the fact that you have to leave your family to train and prepare for these fights. Can you speak a little bit about the hurdles that you overcome before you even step into that cage when it
Yeah, so my wife struggles with a lot of different physical ailments. She has a rare heart disease. She's got autoimmune diseases, and yet she's the one that's raising my son and an 8-year-old boy that has the attention span of what you expect an 8-year-old to have. And she didn't sign up to be a single mom. You know, we are married. She was expecting to have a partner. But I also said that I would do everything to sacrifice to give our family the best life possible. And we both made a decision that we would sacrifice now and be apart, and it would be difficult, but we would do it for the right reasons to be able to provide the best life for our family. So I have to like miss those moments when she's sick, or the days when my son's going out and he's doing wrestling, and I'm missing those opportunities to be able to provide for them.
And I'm sure she's taking care of the farm too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, she's holding everything down.
If you had to kind of think about what they were thinking as you were fighting tonight, I'm sure they were watching you. What do you think, their reactions were to your victory?
I think my son would probably be saying, like, why is mommy just laying there? Why isn't she submitting her? Should she be doing more? He's super judgmental for the right reasons, you know, and my wife would be like, I know she's capable of more. She has to dig. She has to do this. She can do this. So I know that they'd be rooting for me, but also knowing that I'm capable of being able to get that finish and get that win.